New weapons in the police fight against crime.
New Year ravers anger a Lord's shooting party.
Could lasers help you stop smoking for the new year?
And the final instalment in our Coast to Coast review.
Good evening. Police officers in Dorset are the first in the country to be issued with new batons in the fight against crime. Attacks against the police in the county have escalated. Every week, an average of 3 officers are assaulted on duty. Coast to Coast Years All This Week was produced by David Meikle and the picture editor was Phil Witcher. And a good job they did too, didn't they?
They did. Just some of the stories we've covered over the years. So, what happens next? Well, from tomorrow, a new company, Meridian, takes over the licence to broadcast in the south and southeast. But that's not the last you'll see of us. Fred will be co-presenting a new programme called Meridian tonight from Southampton.
And Mai will be at new studios in Newbury.
Shelley Hunt explains all.
This is what you can expect when you turn on your television for the local news on Monday evening.
A man has appeared in court charged with the murder of an Isle of Wight hotelier. David
Gone are the greys and blues of Coast to Coast, to be replaced by the reds and oranges of the new Meridian tonight. It looks very different, but Meridian says it's taken care not to make too many changes.
Our approach to news gathering will remain the same, simple and straightforward, and to cover stories and issues that we feel are relevant to the region. We've also kept some of the most popular presenters, the weather forecasters, because viewers don't like change. This change has been forced upon them and we recognise that, and we will try to provide a certain amount of continuity.
The main changes will be for viewers in the north of the region. Currently they're served by Coast to Coast in the south. Under Meridian, there'll be 3 regions, and they'll have their own programme from new multi-million-pound studios in Newbury.
Quite a few people in the Reading, Berkshire area don't have any affinity with people living on the south coast, so we decided to create a new region there to serve those and to provide a more local news service.
Meridian's got it.
Meridian won the franchise from TVS in October last year and quickly realised it had a hard news act to follow.
Good evening.
Coast to Coast has won the Royal Television Society Award for the Best Regional News Magazine programme 3 times in the past 11 years.
But I'm glad to see that the core of journalists who've achieved that for TVS are moving over to Meridian, and I'm sure that therefore a lot of that success will transfer to the new incumbent broadcaster.
But are the viewers ready for the changes?
Not going to make any difference as far as I can make out. It'll be just as satisfactory as it was before. I've always enjoyed Southern television anyway.
I should be sorry to see TVS go. I enjoyed TVS's programmes and we'll have to wait and see what's in store.
Are you looking forward to the changeover?
I don't watch ITV.
The changeover happens at midnight tonight, when, in true New Year tradition, it'll be out with the old and in with the new. Shelley Hunt, Coast to Coast.
Thanks to Carl Froggy Tyler. That is almost it, except to say that the final programme from TVS, Goodbye to All That, will be transmitted tonight at 10:45. And I'm delighted to say that Fern Britton is back for that. We would just like to thank you sincerely for your tremendous support over the years. It's been fantastic. And Carl and I and the other Coast to Coast presenters would like to thank everyone at TVS, including everyone in the studio now, for their incredible support. Keep watching. Have a happy new year from everyone on Coast to Coast for the very last time. Good night.
But now that the bulldozers have finally arrived here,
6 miles to the left are the limits of Iranian territorial waters.
Experts say we can learn a lot about bats from the way they live.
Used properly, a trap like this is perfectly legal.
Hold very tightly.
So that's a taster of the action for you here.
There's only one way to find out.
Fresh supplies have to keep coming.
Hampshire police say the travellers handed over one man.
Of course, there are some people who say you shouldn't be betting at all.
If Mr. Brown does stand...
Frank Burrows' 14 months in charge here at Fratton Park came to an end at lunchtime today.
But behind all the glitz and the glamour is an air of quiet desperation.
Police are warning all motorists to stay at home.
New Forest MPs.
Whatever the pros and cons of cars.
Now we're about 20 yards from the car now.
You've done it. Thank you very, very much.